If you know me from the videos that I post in this channel, I don't really get emotional easily, but for some reason, there are certain moments in anime which have absolutely made me feel something. Like this weekend, I was watching My Hero Academia and Spy Family. These two moments when All Might was fighting All for One and was about to die, and the second one was when in Spy Family they actually showed Loid's backstory. These two moments actually made me feel something when I was watching it. So we have to talk about it. Anyways, Ludwig, tell them to subscribe.
Let's up those numbers!
First of all, we need to talk about My Hero Academia's recent episode because what the hell did I just watch? I have never seen this much of an emotionally charged moment in the anime before. I mean, I get it that it's a shonen anime, there would be a lot of moments like this, but this surpassed any other thing that I've actually seen previously in My Hero Academia. It actually started with All Might's backstory when he was with his mother aspiring to be a hero, which was almost similar to Midoriya. While he was walking on his own path, there were a lot of shining sparks behind him, which actually symbolized how many people he had inspired on his way. Horikoshi and his symbolism of these kind of details need to be studied. This was shown when Stain was absolutely desperate to save All Might from All for One, when he went through so much trouble to find All for One's blood just so he could use his quirk on him, because according to Stain, the soul of a hero only existed for the sake of serving others. And this line was absolutely insane. If a god falls to earth and is given the frail soul of a mortal, let even him be allowed to struggle to survive, which is insane. In his eyes, he actually considered All Might a god. That was how much of a high standard he gave to All Might. You cannot make this up. But I will give credit to All for One here, considering that he had activated a quirk to expel all of his blood and change its property. This was absolutely diabolical. I didn't know that he had prepared for this in advance. This is giving me Aizen vibes here though. This guy is pure evil. What happened next was absolutely frustrating. He ended Stain and took his quirk, but this reminded me of that quote from Dark Knight actually. This line which Joker said,
You see, in their last moments, people show you who they really are. So in a way, I knew your friends better than you ever did.
In their last moments, people show you who they truly are, and Stain showed who he really was. He was someone who never got the opportunity to be a hero, so he took his own path to fix the society in his own messed up ways. He was even going to put his hand together to thank All Might for showing him what it was like to be a real hero, even though he never got the opportunity to study to become a hero. You know, fun fact is, clasping hands together is a form of respect in Asian countries actually. I liked how everyone here wanted All Might to live. From Stain to even the machine that he was carrying, it deployed one final shield to help him. When he was down and out, he was actually having flashbacks of Midoriya and his mom too, saying that he had to live. Even Midoriya's mother wanted All Might to live because she knew how much her son idealized him, and she wanted All Might to live just so he could actually watch over her own son. Izuku's mom is absolutely one of those people that deserves credit in My Hero Academia though. She is an unsung hero. And this level of character development for All Might was absolutely insane, because All Might straight up went from thinking that he was too weak to actually face anyone to not caring about his opponents at all because he wanted to live and win. This showed a man's resolve of not giving up on his ideals no matter what. But All for One wanted to break All Might through and through, so he personally took him in front of the place where Midoriya and Shigaraki were fighting, so it could be shown to them, which was really sadistic. Midoriya had actually idealized All Might so much, he didn't want All Might to die here. He wanted to hold his tears back, but he couldn't do it. This was absolutely insane how much impactful this moment was, and All Might finally answered his question back when Midoriya asked it in season 1. Could he be a hero too even if he didn't have a quirk? Which was yes. Midoriya could absolutely be a hero because he tried so much and never abandoned his dreams. And Midoriya not abandoning his dreams gave All Might the courage to not abandon his dreams either. He was really crazy and even more decisive than All for One, which was why All for One was getting the flashback of his fight with Nana Shimura here. All Might was prepared to sacrifice himself just so All for One could lose here. But once again, All for One proved why he is evil, because he was absolutely prepared for this. He wanted to end All Might here. He wanted them all to see that their symbol of peace had failed. His death would impact people significantly, as it was being broadcasted all around the world. People were crying and begging him to live. From Melissa to even Gran Torino, and even Midoriya couldn't stop himself from reaching out to All Might to save him, despite of the fact that he was actually currently busy handling Shigaraki. That was absolutely insane. Like, how much did Midoriya actually care about All Might that he was actually ignoring Shigaraki and trying to like reach him? It was insane. He was even begging for someone to like arrive and save him. It actually made my heart race when I was actually watching this episode. But the thing here was that we have all forgotten about that one more guy who was actually inspired by All Might too, and that was Bakugo, who had woken up right now. The way they actually showed it with a god tier music when that explosion happened and he was actually shown on the screen, that was absolutely insane. This was actually the moment when All Might's era ended and the start of a new era was coming. The start of an era where Midoriya and Bakugo would be the top heroes. This was the turning point of My Hero Academia and a good point for Bakugo's character development. It is absolutely amazing. I love Bakugo's character so much, and I absolutely expect the makers of the anime to do his characters justice in the next episode. And the next thing that we have to talk about was the latest episode of Spy Family, because that absolutely left me emotionally charged here. It showed Loid's backstory. Apart from the fact that Anya stressed him out by getting almost expelled from his school, just give that man a break already. You see, he was actually born to be a spy from the very moment of his childhood when he was playing with his friends. They didn't even show his real name, so I'm not sure if Loid is his real name at this point. He is a man without a past, a no-named person. But he too used to be a normal child with aspirations of his own. His family was strict though. His dad wanted him to prioritize on studying and not trying to be a soldier to fight a war, because his dad, whose job was to work at the border, knew how nasty conflict and war could get. Nothing could ever come out of it. That was true. Most of the people who have actually experienced real violence would never really jump to violence in the first place because they knew how bad it is. So I can't really blame Loid's dad here, but I bet Loid felt really bad when he lied to his father for allowance, because just when his father was heading to the border, actually, he wanted to buy some equipments to play the role of a soldier with his friends, but he knew that his dad won't allow it, so he actually lied and said that he was going to buy a book here. The guilt was written all over his face. When his dad was leaving, he wanted to stop him and tell him the truth, but he held himself back, which was actually eating him up from the inside, as it didn't sit right with him. It was absolutely visible on his actions too, because when he bought the equipments and went to play with his friends, he said that he didn't want to play with them and made an excuse about it while leaving them behind. He even offered to work at a bakery here just so he could earn the money that he had spent and give it back to his dad. But the best moment of his backstory was this part though. Here, he was talking about Australians being the devils from his perspective. He didn't know that the lady he was talking to was actually related to those people. He thought that they were bad. He was in for an awakening actually. When the lady said that she was related to the people from the east, then he understood that not everyone was bad, because in war, honestly, there are no victors at the end of the day. People suffer regardless of the side that they are in on. So I'm glad that they actually showed this in the anime, just so people could know about this issue and learn about the details of war and conflicts. This is why I like anime. It actually shows a lot of things that people can learn something from. I'm also glad that Loid had decided to apologize to his dad for lying to him, and right now he just wanted to quit thinking about the war and go back to enjoying his life with his family. But I will have to say, life had different plans for him, because at this moment things started to get ugly for him as explosive weapons started to fall all around him, signifying the start of a war. I don't know about you all, but I definitely know that the next episode will absolutely be traumatic. So I will be ready and brace myself for what's to come in this episode. Anyways guys, that's about it for this video. Do leave a like and a subscribe if you want more of my content, and I will see you all in the next video. That's about it. Peace out. Have fun. I appreciate you all watching my videos. That's it.